In high school, there was this kid, and we'll call him Jeff. Jeff was a big kid. I mean, in the ninth grade, he had the stature of a man, 6 feet tall, 180, 200 pounds. He was sturdy. He was a big boy. And on the first day of ninth grade, Jeff ended up getting into a fight. And now Jeff, the kid he fought, was much smaller. Not too much. Maybe the kid was probably 5'8", 5'9", 150, 60 pounds or something like that. And needless to say, Jeff beat the kid pretty bad. Jeff got him up out of there. And so Jeff stamped it. Not only was Jeff big, Jeff could also fight. And by 11th grade, junior year, Jeff had already gotten into more than a few fights. He's won all of them. And Jeff started to really feel himself, as you could imagine he would. You know, Jeff would walk around the school in a tank top. Jeff was the kind of kid, you know, he'd crack jokes on you, but the moment you crack a joke back, Jeff was ready to fight. And don't even let Jeff see you talking to a girl you like. Jeff was sure to exert his dominance in that situation. He'd walk past you very aggressively. He might bump into you, not even bat an eye, look back at you. And so Jeff became somewhat of a bully. And then one day towards the end of the 11th grade, we were in gym class and we had open gym. And so Jeff was playing basketball with another group of guys. And essentially Jeff got into it with another kid. Once again, this kid was not as big as Jeff. But for maybe one of the few times in his entire high school career so far, this other kid did not stand down. He did not back down from Jeff. This kid was not as big as Jeff. He did not have a reputation for being a fighter. He did not have a reputation for being, you know, a beast with the hands or anything like that. But he stood his ground. And when that kid stood his ground against Jeff, you could almost immediately see Jeff's eyes light up. This is what Jeff lived for. This is what Jeff was known for. This was his pride and joy. Being able to beat everybody. Being bigger than everyone. And so without too many words being exchanged, Jeff went over there and he hit the kid in the face. The kid stumbled pretty hard but did not fall. And then he put his hands up. And they proceeded to get into a fight. The fight wasn't that long. It was probably a few seconds, probably 30 or 40 seconds. The only thing is that the kid got off a few punches, maybe 3 or 4. But in the end, just like all the other times, Jeff ended up becoming the victor in that fight. And then gym class was over. But then the very next period in math class, something very strange started to happen. Jeff developed a knot right here on his head. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy, but it was noticeable, it was there. And his eye was a little bit darker than it was before. And the moment that knot formed on Jeff's head and that eye got a little bit blacker, the news spread around the school like wildfire. And for the first time since the 9th grade, it is as if the entire school remembered something that we had almost all forgotten, that we had not considered since the 9th grade. And that is, Jeff is human. And that right there may have been worse for Jeff than just simply losing a fight. Because now, people who were previously intimidated by Jeff were standing their ground. People who had initially been afraid or been beat up by Jeff now started to gain a little bit more confidence. And so now, perhaps for the first time in his life, Jeff started to have people trying him. And Jeff knew he was in trouble. Still big, still can fight, but not as secure in his position as he's always been. Now, if you could understand Jeff's story, then you understand that Jeff is the United States, and the black eye is Iran, and the knot on his head is the Strait of Hormuz. And the whole school is watching.